This is Things You Might Have Heard. I am Jay Cleveland Payne, and I am ready to present for you yesterday's latest in information, politics, current events, and pop culture news. This is your go-to supplemental source for both mainstream and unconventional news stories that you may have missed along the day, with a little bit of added context in the mix. In the queue, 8 stories for this morning, plus some fun stuff happening at the end, and we'll sell you some stuff. We have some ads to make things work here. We'll go through the whole vetting process and how we got the 8 stories from the full day and evening of stories yesterday, and explain how the newscast is built. Visit our website. This is conversationproject.com for more information about how we do these things and the full slate of offerings we have for the Conversation Project. Today is Wednesday, December 20th, 2023, 5 days till Christmas. Let's get into the news stories, the headlines that we have for you today. Starting off with story number 1, the headline that reads, Colorado Supreme Court bans Trump from state's 2024 ballot. This is the biggest story going out there. Now, it was a late edition, so it had the fight and battle of all day stories, so it's not the number 1 story. We'll get to that in a moment, which one was top story for the day. But this is the biggest story out there that everyone is basically going bat-ass crazy over. We even did a quick TikTok and YouTube short on this last night with a lot of response from you folks out there, which are essentially saying the same thing. You may hate Donald Trump or you may love Donald Trump, but you hate the fact that Colorado is getting the one chance to bounce him off the ballot because it's not a unanimous thing. It's just a one-off thing. People think that people should have the chance to vote for the guy they want to, even if they don't want people voting for him. And that's sort of the consensus of the people out there, at least on the Twitterverse going forward. In the class of actual commentarians, some people are praising the Colorado Supreme Court for jumping on this, saying that they looked at the 14th Amendment. They said, "Yep, it's kind of how it plays. That's where it goes." Donald Trump, as part of insurrection, we believe he did, should not be a part of the nomination. Now, various other candidates in the Republican. Now, let me put it back. This is for the ballot for the GOP side. This is not for the actual voting ballot. This is for the ballot that they have to sync up on the 4th of January, I believe, or the 5th of January. So they have to the 4th to be seen for the Supreme Court, or it basically sticks. Vivek Ramaswamy says he's pulling off the ballot in Colorado if Trump's not on it. Both Nikki Haley and the governor of New Jersey, former governor of New Jersey, both said that this is the wrong thing to do, that the voters should vote for this going on. Chris Christie, no word from the other governor. I don't think he may have said something, may not have missed it in the news coverage. But Ron DeSantis, I didn't get an actual quote from him. The other two basically said this should be up to the voters. Story number 2 this morning. Speaking of who should get a chance to vote, Jason Whitlock implies women should never have been given the right to vote at Turning Point USA event. Jason Whitlock, listed as a commentator, that's his job now, sparked controversy at a Turning Point USA event by suggesting that not everyone should have the right to vote, specifically criticizing the women's suffrage movement. His comments implied that allowing everyone to vote, including women, could potentially be detrimental. Whitlock's remarks have been met with backlash, as expected, highlighting ongoing debates about voting rights and society's role in the U.S., societal roles in the U.S. Jason Whitlock is kind of a douche, to be honest, and just says things because he can't really make a living just being a sports guy anymore. There's not enough sports venues out there and not enough for him to kind of weasel into. So he's doing what he can to be political, to be inflammatory, to get some notions so he can make money. I say that out loud as a person who is, trying to make money on the internet doing political and sports things as well, without the cachet, without the high standard of a guy like Jason Whitlock, without the long-standing resume. He's got to make a living. He's got to make a paycheck. He's got to make bank. So that's what's going on. But what he's saying is literally nutballs. It just doesn't make any sense. Jason Whitlock is doing the Jason Whitlock things. You can love or hate him, and you can love or hate me. Email me at theconversationinbox@gmail.com and let me know what you think. Our third story for this morning. Iceland volcano erupts near Grindavik after weeks of earthquakes. Remember Iceland volcano that we were watching weeks ago thing? This thing could go any day now. Any day now was essentially yesterday. The volcano erupted on the Reykjavik Peninsula of southwest Iceland after weeks of intense earthquake activity. The eruption can be seen from Reykjavik, about 42 kilometers northeast of Grindavik. The police have warned people to stay away from the area, as you suspect. This is something we've been watching for a while, and now we get a chance to see it. It's a beautiful sight. It's a terrible sight. It's something that the people who live near there, who've been evacuating back and forth, will now have to be evacuated for a while. We'll see how this thing plays out and how long we'll be in the danger zone for the volcano. Here's an interesting story. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are the Sporting News Athletes of the Year. This is a time where all the groups, all the media folks, including us, have top of the year type stories, and they pick for their athletes of the year, co-athletes of the year, if you will, Caitlin Clark of Iowa and Angel Reese of LSU. These are female basketball players who went head to head last year in the NCAA tournament for the women and have a sort of a simmering rivalry, if you will. However, many people are kind of, let's just say, pissed off about this, that they had to split the ballot, because they should either, took their lumps and pick Angel Reese for being more controversial, although very good, and LSU did win the tournament overall, over Caitlin Clark, who has a long standing of being good, but not so controversial. Saying the two women are the tops. This is like saying a bird and a magic type thing from back in the day, which you could maybe compare it to, but it's really a sensationalism where they want to give Clark some hype, but they don't want to give her the hype all by herself, so Reese is in there so she doesn't get snubbed. It's a weird thing, but it is it. Sporting News picked their sports person of the year, their sports news athlete of the year, and it is the two-headed monster of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. At number 5, Céline Dion lost control over her muscles and amid stiff person syndrome, her sister says. Very sad updates from Céline Dion's sister, saying she is struggling with the stiff person syndrome, the neurological disorder, a very rare one, that she revealed she had about a year or so ago. She thought she had some issues, and now she had an actual diagnosis of it. It leads to progressive muscle stiffness and can cause violent muscle spasms. The health challenges significantly impact her daily life and activities. Essentially, she can just kind of sit there. She has issues moving around, literally, and then when she spasms, not much you can do to control those things. We are definitely sending thoughts, prayers, hopes, all the positive wishes we can send to Céline Dion, who is a national treasure. Even she's not our national treasure, she's someone's national treasure, and we need more Céline Dion. If you haven't seen the movie that was done last Valentine's Day, which was essentially a love story to Céline Dion, even though it was starring a Jonas spouse, not Jonas, Jonas as well. You should check it out on Netflix. It should be out there. Céline Dion, we are definitely sending positive vibes to hopefully her to deal with this situation. She's not going to get out of it, but hopefully she can deal with it with as much joy, a little pain as possible. Let's go to the story at number 6. Holly Marie Combs claims Alyssa Milano had Shannen Doherty fired from Charmed. We celebrated Alyssa Milano's birthday this week, and as the actress is hitting a big, I think it's 5'2", Holly Marie Combs, her actual co-star from her series Charmed, put out the revelation that Alyssa Milano was essentially directly responsible for Shannen Doherty getting fired from Charmed. The confirmation ends a long-standing speculation about the cause of Doherty's exit from the show. Disclosure highlights the behind-the-scenes tension and conflicts between the cast, all of them, particularly Milano and Doherty, which ultimately led to the significant cast change in the show's early seasons. Of course, then they added on another person, Rose McGowan, who of course hated everybody as well. It didn't get better behind the scenes, and the show lasted like 8-9 seasons. I would say probably 2 seasons longer than it should. My wife will argue that one, said it should have gone more, but when you know more of the behind the scenes stuff, what's going on in the cutting room floors, if you will, you get those scenes, you get those thoughts, you see what happens, and you think maybe these people should have been separated a long, long time ago. Story number 7 for this morning. The headline reads, Rudy Giuliani sued again by Georgia election workers seeking to bar more defamation. Yes, again. Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss are going to sue Rudy Giuliani again, even though he's been ordered to pay them $148 million already for defaming the two, falsely accusing them of election fraud. But the new suit seeks to prevent Giuliani from repeating the defamatory, that's the word, claims that aim to stop further spread of the false allegations he made back in 2020 for the 2020 election. Guess what? Rudy Giuliani is still saying the same things he said about Shay Moss and Rudy Freeman because he's Rudy Giuliani. So they're suing him again, not only to say, where's the money you owe us, which he doesn't have, but to shut him up going further. We'll obviously see how this one plays out because it's not going anywhere. In the national nightmare that is Tommy Tuberville may be over. Senate confirms top military nominees, ending Tuberville's hold on promotions. There were some high-level promotions that were still being held up by Tommy Tuberville and his insistence that the military drop their actual policy for letting military members who travel, who want abortions, but are stationed in states that don't allow abortions, to travel on the dime of the United States. You may agree or disagree with the policy, but this guy held up promotions for many people for 10 months. There's a bill going through right now that hopefully help them recoup that pay, because they could have got that pay 10 months ago. It's now passed, so that's money that's lost from their coffers. We'll see what happens on that one. But we'll see also what happens for Tommy Tuberville. I don't believe he's up for election anytime soon. He's got another cycle or so to go through. So the senator from Alabama, who is basically taking on the charge of being all about human rights and baby rights and the military or whatever, and is basically screwing it all up in all cases. We'll see how he sticks around. He was an okay football coach. I don't think it's so great as a senator. My opinion doesn't matter. I don't vote for the state of Alabama. If you do, make your opinion matter. In our apologies, errors, and omissions section, I'm wearing the same shirt for 3 days in a row. We're calling that saving the environment by washing it. I'm calling it, I wear it and then I go change clothes or whatever. I'll just put it on because it's next to it and go with it. We'll probably go 5 days. Let's see if you can notice it's 5 days. So there's that. I can apologize for that, I guess. But what we're omitting, a story we're not talking about, is Tom Brady, who reacted to a family who finds photos of him and his kids in their order. Do you actually still go to the CVS, go to the drugstore, go to Walmart to get actual photos? A family did pull in their order from CVS, and notice that they pulled out a picture that will just seem like a random picture of NFL star Tom Brady and his kids mixed up in their actual pictures. Tom Brady had a funny response to this. It's kind of say, hey, it's my new family. Check what's going on. Check out the link that we have or search for it online. It's a funny little story, cute little story to talk about. Let's talk about our teaser story for this morning. This is a story we can talk about in further if you want to go into it, and you have to basically tell me we're doing this one. Go to our feeds on Facebook and Twitter, facebook.com/thisisaconversationproject or twitter.com/th_conversation. If you deem this story or any of our stories worthy of more talk, just engage in what we have. Every 50 minutes on our feeds, we put out news stories that are conversational. We think they are. And you tell us just how conversational they are. They come from various different sources, various different topics to see what we're talking about. That's how we got the 8 stories we presented today, and the 9th one that was in kind of the chamber there. We took the top 15 stories of the day, about 35 stories we got with stretched into the 30 hours or so, or whatever. And you picked those top 15. We picked 8 of those, and hopefully you thought they were good. If you don't think they're good, email me and let me know. We could bring this one up for tomorrow, for Thursday, if you deem it worthy. Pornhub has revealed its most searched video games and characters for 2023. Oh, by the way, you people seem to love Pornhub, so if it's there, it'll be engaged in. I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about the top searched video games and video characters on the Pornhub project platform tomorrow. Pretty sure it's going to happen. We're just going to go with that. I'm going to back away. No judgment. It just is what it is. Today's spotlight sponsor is Flowers Fast. Find them at thisisaconversationproject.com/Flowers Fast. That's our affiliate link for Flowers Fast. If you use Flowers Fast and that affiliate link, we get a small commission for what you use. Now, what is Flowers Fast? It's a florist. It's an online florist where you can use the power of FTD to get your shippings anywhere you want to. And if you order early enough in the day, you may get it their day of, same day. It could happen because it uses FTD and FedEx to get your shipments to there. Not just flowers, also other gifts, candies, and things that FTD offers. And the big thing about this is today is the 20th of December, 5 days till Christmas. You may have an issue about getting a gift there in time. So why not send a gift of flowers, send a gift of candy, bouquets. They have various Christmas bouquets and various Christmas packages together. They have a summer sausage package. Summer sausage, always great for Christmas, that you can put in order right now, and it can get to them normally within a day or so, as today is Wednesday. So they have a gift going forward. Now, it's not a big diamond ring. It's not a big old car with a bow on it, but it is a gift. And if you're in crunch time to get something out to the family, this may do it for you. And just anytime you need Flowers Fast, remember Flowers Fast. Keep this one bookmarked so you can get to them whenever you need them. This is a conversationproject.com/flowersfast, FLOWERSFLAST, and use this link, our affiliate link, to help us get a little bit commission back for it. The Conversation Project lives online at thisisaconversationproject.com. That's our online home. And when you go there, you can see all the stuff we do all day long. We have postings there for all the work we're doing, including we're going to debut a new thing in a bit, so you can see that there every single day, along with links to where you can find us online. If you're not following us on Facebook, you can find links for that. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram, as I hope this thing is streaming on Instagram. And click the button, so hopefully it's going there. And of course, the YouTube Shorts and TikTok, so where you have the short video clips, the hot takes that pop up that you guys jumped into. You guys really jumped on the Donald Trump one last night in Colorado, saying he can't be on the ballot for the GOP nomination. And I love your opinions, even if I don't quite love your takes, if that makes sense. But I'm just looking for engagement, and that's got his engagement. That's what the whole point of the Conversation Project is, to get conversation. Email us at theconversationinbox@gmail.com to let us know what we can do to improve or not do so worse. And stop by our partnerships page, because we need help partnering up with you guys to do greater things in the next upcoming year. So we need help. We need real help, because we need actual real help going on. You can help you can see how we get that help by going to the partnerships page, or there's one-time donations there as well. We'll start dropping those links here and there, so you can help us out there as well, hopefully, if you get the urge to do a one-time donation, because we don't turn down money around here. Trust me, we take it, and we use it judiciously, but we'll take it any form we can get. We prefer the kind that folds or the kind that jingles, but hey, if it jingles, we can go to Coinstar. We can make it work. Now, we've done all these work stuff. Let's get to the fun stuff for today. Fun stuff for this day, and every single day here starts off with birthdays. Today's birthdays start off for December 20th with Peter Criss, who is 78 years old on the day. Now, this was kind of a weird one, because I think the newsletter has Jonah Hill, who's 40 today, because Peter Criss was nice and great. I'm not a real big fan of Jonah Hill, but we kind of went for Jonah Hill. I think it's in the description, for the clicks, because he's younger, he's hip. Peter Criss was the drummer for Kiss. He, sang Beth and all that great stuff. So we love some Peter Criss. Not so much Jonah Hill, but he does what he does. That's going forward. So we give that going forward. Birthday wishes going out to both those two guys on today. Oh, since we're doing a bunch of birthdays, let's all not forget our third birthday we had listed in the batch, which happens to be Dick Wolf, the producer of all the Law and Order things. 77 years old on the day for him. Today in history, in 1946, Frank Capra's film It's a Wonderful Life had premiere showing for charity at New York City's Globe Theater a day before the official premiere, which would be on tomorrow, the 21st. So we went with that one because the Christmas season. We also kind of wanted to talk about 1860, where South Carolina became the first state to secede from the United States, because that's sort of a thing right now. Civil War, the new movie coming out in a few weeks, which people will see going there, and not to confuse the issue here, but it's going to go on a newer Civil War where I believe Alaska and Florida, or California and Florida, have seceded from the Union, and so they start to take sides going forward. A lot of people in my group, my friend group in Facebook, are chatting about how the trailer looks amazing, trailer looks big, and they're wondering if that's really what we're working towards. We shall see. On this day, 5 days till Christmas, go ahead and get your drink on early. Sangria Day, a beverage made from wine and sweetened fresh fruit and fruit juices. Other ingredients include herbs, spices, carbonation, and, of course, liquor, which makes it sangria. Well, that's not what makes sangria. It makes it even better sangria. Combinations are endless, giving sangria a place in the cocktail rotation year-round, refreshing and light during hot summer months, bright and sparkling during winter ones, and fruity punch is quite versatile. So if you are a sangria drinker, no judgment here. Go ahead and pull you up a punch today. And finally, we are unveiling our new segment, and this will be a bit bigger going forward. So today is December 20th, and we have a new poll out. If you go to our website, this is theconversationproject.com, or you go to our newsletter, you'll see it listed there. The poll for today is: Donald Trump's disqualification from the Colorado primary ballot a fair call? Yes or no? Let us know on that one. We'll give you the results of this tomorrow, plus a new poll going forward. If you've noticed, we have essentially stolen the form of Michael Sperkonish's show, if you're actually a connoisseur of his show on SiriusXM. And why are we doing that? Because Michael Sperkonish is someone I've been following for a while, honestly, in the talk world. And as he's grown his things, they're similarly looking a lot like the things that I've been trying to do for the Conversation Project for 10 years. And so we're just sort of taking his success and saying, I guess it works. So we're going to go ahead and do it anyway. We're going to find the time to do it. So that's why we need the help from your partnerships to make these things happen. In this holiday season, we want to remind you that if you need someone to talk to, if things aren't looking as bright, as cheery as other people think they should, dial, text, National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. 988. It's on your cell phone. It's on your, you can text it. You can call it on your cell phone. Visit 988lifeline.org on any device that you can get the internet on. 24 hours a day. English and Spanish people are there to talk to you through whatever's going on. So if you're not feeling so great in this holiday season, there's reasons to feel better, or at least get through what's going on. And there's people who will help you see what those reasons are. Check out the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. With that, J. Cleveland Payne is done for Wednesday, December the 20th, 2023. Thank you so much for being a part of what we're doing here. The things we're trying to test out and grow on this week of sort of shifting. Sometimes we have a light work week at the job, a full work week off next week. So we're not going to do anything substantial. We're not going to do this thing live. We'll have some daily things popping up. We'll have some things that are going all over, and we're going to post to the stories, because we're going to come back with the weekly wrap up at the end of the week for that one. But we're not going to do anything like the long form things here. We're going to sleep in, travel, see some folks, and internet is spotty where we're going. So getting up early to do this thing may not happen as great as we want to. We'll be blessed if we can pull out the cell phone and just post some links for Monday and Tuesday, to be honest. So that's going to happen. In the meantime, what is going to happen is a great day. We hope you're having a great day. We need you to stay limber, hydrated, and on task for the great day that you're going to have today, tomorrow, Christmas Day, and beyond. Thank you so much for being with us for the program. Email the show at theconversationinbox@gmail.com. Stop by our partnerships page and help us out, because we can use some help. And be here tomorrow for another edition of Things You Might Not Have Heard. That's one of the simpler things you can do. Just keep on watching and sharing and liking and subscribing so that we can grow this thing together.